Oh, here we are again now, and it's like no time has passed. Gazing out upon the sunset as it sinks into the night. Many times it seemed as though a given day might be our last. Face to face with certain death, it's somehow coming out alright. I don't think that we have any cause to lament, but there's quite a lot of thrilling intent, thrilling intent, thrilling intent, thrilling intent.
About a week has passed since the dungeon was trucked. Much to the chagrin of the group, their reputation did spread, however, maybe not in the way they expected. No new offers came pouring in. In fact, there seemed to be an absolute drought of jobs.
Adventuring
Your
jobs,
reputation,
at least.
for better or for worse, it's for worse, now precedes you. You're associated with an act of pure destruction, a rolling monstrosity that would rather destroy a dungeon than complete it.
It's not exactly fair.
Such devastation was brought to the Atelier of Zarkval the Opulent that no adventurer was able to access the dungeon after the fact. In fact, an antimatter well now exists at the bottom of the Great Construction, sitting there consuming the upper layers. The adventurers, very much fed up waiting in line to attend a dungeon that no longer exists, shared their story.
Oh my gosh.
Faraway princes and princesses crumpled up their letters to the Nine Shrines Adventure and Dines, now afraid of what might result should they be invited.
They were writing letters to us?
Of course, this is all mere speculation on the part of both Markus and Thog. Thog providing the harsh realism, and Markus providing the,
Princes and princesses.
yeah, the princess and the princesses, if I'm gonna be frank.
But look, Thog, let's bring it back around here once more. I'll say it again. Sometimes it's almost better to be infamous than famous, you know? Because they fear you. They fear you, and it's problematic in its own right, but you know.
Okay, fear is good. Don't get me wrong, fear is great. It's how I've operated most of my life, to date. But at the same time, unless you're in a business that thrives on fear, you know, you're not
Are we not?
We could be.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
kind of spinning on the stool.
Family diner? Your family, you want your family
but we're
diner to
super
thrive on
tough
fear.
family diner.
This was never claimed as a family establishment.
Okay, yeah,
Let's get that straight
maybe
right
might
now.
be a bit of an exaggeration, but
Fear and what we do should not go hand in hand. So, like,
Well, right, but what if there's some other guy, like, okay, hypothetical
Okay.
warlord. His name is
hypothetical warlord.
Fear Lord.
Zyrax the Bone Slurper.
Okay.
oh, okay.
You know? Really scary guy. Who are they going to think of when they need someone to take down Sir Scary over here?
Oh,
Bunch of adventurers that they've heard a lot of scary rumors about, which is presumably us.
or when
Yeah.
they need to ship him some cargo.
Yeah.
You know, thinking on it,
Totally.
I kind of get the impression that they'd think we'd overthrow him and then take his place as the new Fear Lord.
Huh.
We can't all be the Fear Lord. We can be Fear co-conspirators.
Well, I mean,
I'll have to ask Zelveta about this. Dear Zelveta, how do we all be
he's
scary?
He's writing the letter right now.
wow, that's diligent.
Signed,
You want to use a
Gregor.
table,
admire that.
Gregor? Lots of writing space over here.
Oh, I'm done.
Did you write that on your own back?
There comes a sudden knocking at the door. An imp runs up and opens it.
Ooh, is that the mailman?
Yeah, more or less, I guess.
Oh, hey,
Guys, there's
Ian.
there's a big fucking brick of letters that's just been hanging out outside my house.
What?
Oh,
Wait,
Really?
I guess you are.
Yeah, sure.
Meant for us?
Maybe?
Yeah, I presumably this is my fucking day off.
Oh,
I
man.
didn't want to be here.
Are these letters addressed to us or to Inian?
They're addressed to everyone. It's fine. I'm just going to drop the brick here and
come you
fucking
keep
leave
getting our
because
mail?
this is my day. What was that?
How come you keep getting our mail?
I don't know. I have no idea how this works.
He delivers
Did
the
you
mail.
This
set up a-
is strange stuff. Don't worry about it. We'll sort
Did you
through
s-
it. We'll get our
I
fan
still
mail.
don't really understand this whole postal system thing.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you guys don't establish a proper postal system, you can't expect it to all go to the right place. Now,
Well,
if
I
you'll
mean,
excuse
we didn't
me,
really establish the one here on the Shrouded Isles. It's just kind of like you put a letter under a rock, the next day it's gone, and it somehow gets to where it's going.
Yeah,
I'm beginning
Inian,
to-
the post is like birds, okay?
It gets to where it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
Just like birds.
Just like birds.
I'm beginning to understand where our problems might lie. Anyway, you guys enjoy whatever the hell you're doing. I'm gonna go back to doing whatever I was doing, which was very important, I assure you.
Thanks, Indian.
Bye,
Bye.
Indian. Have fun napping.
Oh, do you want some help with that, or she's gone already? Okay.
Oh, she forgot to take my letter.
Maybe you should put it under a rock or something.
I look around. There are several rocks in the bar.
Also, for the record, I'm pretty sure I saw her, I don't know, doing something under the docks, like menacing people or something.
Indian?
I think our
Is she a bridge
barkeep.
troll now?
She might be a bridge troll. Like, I don't know. I guess that's her prerogative.
No. It's a dock troll. It's a very, very different business, okay? Those
Right.
who cross bridges and those who arrive at docks, two totally separate sorts of people.
I'll have to
It's
let
true.
the Pigbat
Well-
secret police know that there's someone to look out for now.
No.
What?
Okay, we agreed.
Huh?
First things first, no secret police. That was like deal
Well, I
number
mean,
one.
I call them secret police, but
no,
they're not
you don't
so
get
secret.
to call them. That was it was thing number one. No secret police. We're not all around.
Did you give them badges?
Well, yeah, I mean, we
my
made
God.
badges. We just kind of
Wait.
Oh crap!
What does this mean about Gregor's military police?
Oh my God, you guys!
Wait a minute. Okay. Do we have competing secret police organizations within the same building?
I
Mine is
don't know.
not
I
secret.
just thought it would be a fun thing to do to keep Batty occupied.
Mine is just
Okay.
extremely militant.
Holy crap!
Anyway, so these letters.
Oh yeah, these letters. Give them here. I'll look.
Yeah, thank you. Just about
wait,
to
I'll
ask
look.
you to take care of that.
Okay, no, I'm
Actually,
looking.
Marcus, I kind of wanted to ask you something.
Let's all look.
Oh, sure.
I just started reading your books, and I gotta say, it's good.
You are not going to be disappointed. Thank you.
I'm close to the end of the first book, I think.
Uh-huh.
And
Are you
read
at
a
the
lot about,
actual end or the fake end? I shouldn't have said
There's
that. Ooh.
you just spoiled your own book to me.
Unless this is all some sort of clever ruse to get you overthinking it.
I mean, I did notice that there's a bunch of fold-out pages in the back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
It's
so that
about
makes
the
sense
journey,
about
not the
secret ending.
destination, Ash.
Right. Anyway, Marcus, I kind of noticed that you write about romance a lot. Are you experienced in romancing?
Experienced? Marcus looks wistfully off into the distance. In this case, straight at a wall. You could say that.
I was kind of hoping for some advice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, what are you, are you looking to confess your undying love to somebody? Do you want to send them a letter in the moonlight? Are we singing a ballad?
Oh.
How are we going about this?
Maybe all of these? I don't know. I'll take your advice
okay,
on
the
it.
the triple whammy, all right.
There's a triple There's more than one whammy. Well, yeah, no, I could really use your help on it. Cause I am a fish lost at sea here.
That is an adorable mental image. Ash, who are you confessing to?
You can't tell anybody, okay?
I won't tell anybody.
Tell anybody and you're gonna be buried up to your neck.
Tell anybody and you'll be buried up to your neck. Gear says, emerging just ahead from a hole in the ground.
Oh, and there he goes.
It's Fury.
Marcus's eyes grow stars. He looks past
put
Ash's
I put
shoulder
my
at
hand
Fury,
over
back
his
to Ash,
eyes.
back to Fury.
Yeah, Fairy just waves at Marcus.
Yeah, I put my hand over his eyes so that he can't look. Inconspicuous. Come on.
A little bit of light shines through your fingers.
Ouch. Yeah,
Gosh, that's amazing. Okay, we're going to come up with the best possible way to do this. All right, but we gotta be careful about it. We can't go into this half cocked, you know?
Right. Is this okay? Is it dangerous?
Oh, of course. Oh, love is the most dangerous game that there is.
Love's dangerous?
Oh yeah. Oh well, except for Hunting Man, that's the actual most dangerous game. But you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, nothing's more dangerous than that.
I fist bump
Okay.
Kier as he goes back down the hole.
I definitely don't want to hunt Fury unless in
No.
love sense?
They're separate things. Unless she's into that. I don't know.
What?
Are
Okay.
you guys opening your own letters over there?
In a sense.
Yeah, definitely. Be right there. Warm a seat for me.
So yeah,
So
just whenever
think about how you want to do
read,
this, because we can do the triple whammy, but we can just, we can be real nonchalant about it. We can go super, super
I
grand.
don't know what would make me look the coolest.
What?
What would make me look the coolest?
What would make you look the coolest, huh? Okay, well, are there any ships nearby that we can rent, do you think? Like real majestic schooners?
Probably. We can
Okay,
ask
is it due to
Thog.
snow anytime soon, do you know?
I don't think it snows here ever.
Okay, we're gonna have to make do with some fake snow somehow. But, yeah, so this is gonna have to happen on the middle of a ship, under a full moon, while it snows. We want some clouds in the sky, but not too much. I'll get you a really, really good
Like, Marcus,
violinist.
this is really sweet, but like soon-ish is what I wanted.
Oh, no, don't worry. The snow is fake.
Oh, is it
The snow's for
safe?
aesthetic purposes only. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Of course it's safe. Of course it's safe. Just don't let it on your skin.
Yeah, Kier holds up a bag of snow that says "not safe" on it, and just slowly turns around and starts shoving it back down into the hole.
Okay, well, Marcus, I really appreciate it. I really, really, really appreciate this.
Oh, of course, Ash. Ash, you're one of my best friends. Of course I'll help you with something like this.
Thank you, Marcus. That means a lot. You're one of my best friends.
But I do feel like I should say, when you asked about the grandest, what would make you look the coolest, I was thinking about how I would look the coolest doing something like this. You're gonna have to think about this some. Get back to me. We'll come up with something nice and personalized for you. Okay?
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry. Don't overthink it. Don't underthink it.
All right. Okay. So, do we need to like sign a blood pact or anything? I don't know how this works.
Wait, what? I mean, we can, but this is just.
Yeah. I mean, it's in the book.
Yeah, well, maybe it's not an instruction manual. It's fiction. It's fiction. It didn't happen. It's fake.
Right.
Did you know that?
I was starting to wonder if it was fake or not.
Yeah,
I
I
had
really
my
should have. I should have
suspicions.
just emblazoned it with a fiction seal, along the spine there. But I decided not to. Wanted to keep it a little bit.
Yeah. I gotta say,
unclear.
that's a gutsy move, especially when you've got competition in Smooth Seas, Smoother Sailors that claims to be completely and wholly real.
I'm sorry. I think you're mistaken. I don't have any competition.
What are you guys talking about?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing, Fury. You're looking great today. Nice leg. I hustle off to the table.
Are you guys done with your secrets?
No.
Well, we
for
can
now.
talk about it later.
I wink at Ash. Drop a
What?
fat, saucy wink at Ash.
Ew.
What is...
Oh, how dare you break that out next to me?
Was that, like, secret wink or saucy wink?
Judging by the fact that Thog is damp, I think it was the saucy wink.
Thug, Winker's got a wink. You can't do that to me. Come on.
Can we do something else now? This is making me uncomfortable.
Yeah. What's the mail? Did we get another invitation to another Atelier or something?
Ooh, good thought.
Are there princes and princesses?
Nope. Just lots of boring stuff so far.
Like? Is there anything for me?
How is the minor nobility?
I'm fine with boring stuff.
Anything that pays?
Yeah, very technically. How do you feel like becoming dock workers
Oh,
for 7 hours a day?
no.
what
I do not have the
way?
constitution for it, I'm afraid.
Wait a second. Inian sent that letter.
Well-
You think she's trying to get back at us for, like, the frankly hideous amount of labor we'd make her do for, like, basically no money?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, that's
Does
kinda
that
funny.
mean she doesn't have money to pay us then?
That's a
Oh
good
yeah,
point.
probably.
Maybe I can send her. Maybe I can send her a few imps to help out, though. I bet she'd appreciate that, right? Idian loves imps.
That seems like it would make sense.
Ah, you adorable little Dickenses, yous.
I think he just pluralized Dickens.
Dickenses. It's important.
Dickenses.
You got a problem?
Is that what imps travel in, Marcus? Dickens is.
Yeah. No, they travel in little Dickenses.
Is that a term or a vehicle?
They can also travel in a big Dickens, but that's a lot of imps.
This is more information than I wanted to know about imps in any given day of my life.
I mean, what else are we doing,
Okay, everyone, I
Thog?
want you to go down to the docks. I want you to find Inian, and I want you to yell at the top of your lungs that you're there to help her.
Oh, that seems maybe a little mean.
They scramble off.
Ah, look at him go.
Anyway, how so like money, jobs, do we need a job? Like why do we need to go do a thing? Like can't we just kick it here and relax?
I mean, I guess we could kick it here and relax if you really want to do that.
We've been doing that for a week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
am
true.
starting to get a little
That's a
stir
good
crazy.
point.
I
Yeah, I'm bored.
wanna fight some monsters and explore and
No
do
dungeons.
treasures
no
and maybe
dungeons.
do a
No
dungeon.
dungeons?
Ash, I thought you really enjoyed the dungeon, though.
Okay, dungeons, but only if, like, they aren't the weird dungeon that last one was that was, like, nice at first and then mean later.
Or they
come
could
on,
be
you had
weird
fun.
dungeons.
You had a great time.
I'm really fine for any dungeon.
There was some maniacal laughter in there coming from you. I heard it.
Well, there was definitely maniacal laughter, but...
Thog, do you see anything about dungeons? We'll take anything.
Guarding a museum by night, that doesn't sound good.
that's not a
robbing a museum, that could be... they're not
Wait,
with
can we
this
take
crowd.
both of those jobs?
No, not with this crowd. Thog says, paging through the letters.
What is that supposed to mean?
Officiating a political meeting seems kind of
Ooh,
boring.
that sounds like fun.
Yeah, Marcus,
we've got
peering over
experience with
Thog's...
that.
No, peering over Thog's shoulder, you stare at the letter, and for a second you just feel an immense ringing in your ears, followed by a...
We gotta do that one. We're going to officiate that.
Anybody else see Marcus's pupils dilate to like 5 times their normal size?
Yeah.
It's the great beyond speaking to my un-ear. I can't help it.
If we ask him what he read, will it happen to us?
Yeah, I lean over and look at what Thog was reading.
It's just a completely normal letter.
Marcus, are you, I wave a hand in front of his eyes. Did they, like, dilate at all again, or?
No.
I slap Ash's hand away. Yeah, no, I'm fine. I think I'm prophesizing right now.
Did you eat the snow?
Oh.
It's not real, Marcus.
Oh.
Gregor, I'm glad to see that you're living up to your reputation as chief safety inspector, but I did not eat the snow. I will not make the same mistake 3 times.
3 times?
Anyway, you guys good with this one?
I mean, I guess, like,
Yes.
what are the details?
If Marcus likes it, sure.
Okay,
Is there
we're
a
supposed
dungeon
to meet
involved?
up on an island called New Frontier ASAP.
that a
okay,
Alarani
yeah,
thing?
no, I actually know this place. Thought kind of rubs this temple for a second.
It's an Alarani thing.
Used to be Alarani, in fact. It
What's the
was
old
given
Frontier?
up. Well, there was an island called Frontier, then this was New Frontier, and then there was a revitalization project called New Frontier, but it fell through, so now it's just New Frontier again.
So wouldn't that technically be new frontier?
No, it hasn't been resettled in ages. I wonder why they're handling
Oh,
a
so it's
meeting.
abandoned.
They should have gone
most
with
part.
Neo Frontier. That'd be way
Sort
better.
of how do I put this? It was populated during... I was actually considered to be a manager of this island, but I gave it up for Meadshire, but
Why?
Well,
Why
I'm
would
glad
you
you
do
did.
that?
Seriously?
Meadshire and then here? Well, you're back on top.
Yeah, I got history with Meadshire, to say the least, and this place was set
We
up
all
to
do.
be sort of it came from an age where education was valued in Oleron, and they were pushing for it real hard.
Wait, it's not anymore?
How long
Less-
ago was this?
Well,
Less so.
it clearly was whenever Thog was a child. I imagine it's fallen out of style since then.
Thog scratches the back of his head. I think it was about 12, 13 years ago. I was still pretty young back then, like, still getting into the field, but that would have been a nice promotion. The entire island's, you're gonna find this kind of weird, but kind of interesting to me. The entire island's, like, it's based around a big volcano, but the outlying area, like, what the docks are connected up to, is surrounded with replicas of museums. Like, it is a museum of museums.
Wait,
That's incredible.
Is that the Garda Museum, Robba Museum? Is that the same letter?
Thog looks back down at the letter. Nope.
That's a coincidence.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe we should get a museum or two. They seem like all the rage.
Museums seem
I don't
kind
know
of...
what we would make a museum of, though. We should probably check this museum to see what's taken already.
Oh, that's
I've
a good
got
idea.
ideas.
Yeah.
Like we've got a bunch of cool stuff. Like we've got that rug that we could put in a museum.
Uh-huh.
Everyone looks in the direction of the rug.
It's a little lived in by this point. Lived on.
Fairy waves. Yeah, well,
I wave eagerly back at Fury.
I sheepishly wave.
if you guys want to, like, do this one, I won't stop you. The details seem kind of weird. We're
Well-
supposed to officiate a political meeting between 2 parties on New Frontier.
Does it say anything about the parties?
No.
Does it say anything about us
doesn't
getting
need to.
paid?
Why?
This is
This
always
sounds
fun,
really
okay?
boring.
It's like sport ball, except the match, I'd say with finger quotes, has real world dire consequences.
Don't.
It's a good time.
Yeah, that actually sounds pretty cool.
I don't know if we're qualified. Thog is probably qualified. I don't think
Yeah,
I'm
wait,
qualified.
What do we mean? What does it mean by officiate a meeting?
Well, there's probably a couple of important political
Oh, maybe it's
families.
because they need someone fearful. Or wait, no, that people are afraid of.
Yeah,
I think
that
they
would
need
be
someone
my
to
guess.
mediate a dispute, is what it sounds like. But this is really unclear.
We're still not qualified for that. I look at the mail rock. The letter is still there.
I'm gonna be honest, guys. This is kind of interesting to me because it'd be checking out a place where I could have worked. Like,
Yeah.
had things
So,
gone differently.
so like taking this job is still sort of under the kicking it category.
So it's like a vacation. And we'll take
yeah.
a trip and check out some museums.
And intrigue some
Yeah.
And I
politics.
guess,
I'm down for that.
maybe
I
find
mean,
a dungeon.
yeah, I just
maybe.
want to get out of the house. I'm raring to like climb some stuff.
Actually, the door's right there. There's a tree more or less right outside.
Figuratively, and like new stuff.
Don't you have to climb a tree to go to sleep?
Well, no, I don't have to climb the tree. I'll show you sometime.
I just get more and more curious.
Do you sleep inside the tree?
Do you
Yeah.
have a burrow?
Yeah,
Nice.
in a sense.
In a very literal sense.
Okay, so yeah, we're supposed to meet up with a contact there and help, quote, officiate this meeting. I
Through
get the
fear.
feeling that this'll, well, yeah, I get the feeling that this'll be bodyguarding more than anything. You don't hire adventurers to officiate a meeting.
Yeah, what's your read on the sender? Like Al-Larani, Honorian,
Outlander.
Outlander?
Ooh.
I've
Yep.
never heard. Okay.
Not from the
What?
Free Isles, at least.
I turned to Gregor and Marcus.
My eyebrows are a waggle.
Not from the Free Isles.
Gregor is Renelin in the Free Isles? Are you an Outlander?
I was an outrider.
Right.
Nice.
Anyway.
So let's do it.
Okay.
How do we get there, Thog? Boat?
I thought I was gonna rent-
Dog's already walked outside.
Oh, there he goes, I guess.
All right, let's take guesses. I guess boat.
I guess boat too.
I guess long walk.
Bye, Fury. We'll be back.
She waves.
Bye, Fury. Prepare for a surprise when we get back.
Marcus.
Except maybe not. It might take longer than that.
Bye, Fury. I'm curious about the surprise now.
She like perks up when Marcus goes, "Get ready for a surprise when you come back," and then like perks down when he says it might take longer.
Wait, Fury, do you know what the surprise is?
Maybe it could be about Ashe loudly talking about how she likes me.
That's a weird surprise.
It's a very pleasant one.
You
I
don't sound
suppose-
surprised. I'm surprised, I guess. That doesn't sound like a surprise for you.
I can pick up on vibes, Fury says with a big smile.
So, Marcus, do you think she knows?
No. She's gonna have no idea what hit her.
All right, bye.
Okay, good. I want it to be a surprise.
Dog's standing up against the rock and smoking. The imp on top is meditating. Deep in meditation.
Man, that imp's been there since we got back, actually.
Yeah. They're trying to achieve enlightenment.
they-
Enlightenment.
I
tried.
Are they still alive?
Yeah. No, they would be a pile of pinkish sludge if they were dead by now.
Yeah, it's still undulating.
Yeah, it is. Anyway.
So, you guys ready to walk?
Yeah, wait, are we walking there? How do we get there?
What? How would we
Boat?
walk there? It's an island. We're on an island.
Right? No, I just...
So
We gotta get to the boat.
Yeah, we gotta get I guess we do need to get to the boat. Very
looks like you win,
technically.
Gregor.
All right, so...
What were we betting? Is it gold? Here's gold.
I mean, should we bring anything in particular for this? Like, I mean, I've got my usual traveling stuff, but like...
Yeah, I mean, prep as usual, I guess.
Yeah. I've got paper,
Snacks.
and I've got quills, ink. Officiating sounds like we'll be needing to do a lot of writing. So...
Uh-huh.
yeah, it could be a lot of speaking more than anything else, but we'll see.
Oh,
We could
okay.
be officiating inside a dungeon.
Ooh, I hope so.
That would be interesting. Wait, is
Just
this,
trying
is
to
this
keep
like a
spirits
marriage
up.
thing?
No. That doesn't sound like a marriage thing. If it is a marriage thing, I am actually a licensed referent, though.
A licensed referee?
You know, that's actually kind of a funny coincidence, Marcus. So am I.
Oh, hey, no kidding. So we can do a double wedding if they need it.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
no.
How many referees do you usually need for a marriage?
Is it one for each person? How many people can get married at once?
Markus and Thog exchange a look. I'm gonna say you need 2. Yeah, you need to hire 2 people for it.
Definitely, you need to hire 2 people so that if one of them comes down with a disease, the other one can bring it home.
Oh, is
Yep.
that?
Okay,
Oh yeah,
what
that's
do I
how it
do?
works, and you gotta pay both.
Yep.
Oh,
It's
wow.
because of tradition.
It's
Wow.
definitely tradition.
Is
So,
there
like,
room in tradition for me to be like a bouncer or an official?
No, definitely not. No.
There's always room in tradition for bouncers, Gregor.
Okay.
What's the world without innovation?